This could be the way to scratch. Land, roll up. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, I wanted to do this video because I've had a very kind of exciting few weeks. There's been a lot of lessons, a lot of taking. One of the biggest lessons and one of my most watched videos ever was my lesson with Dan Grieve, which I think the last time I checked was only on 150,000 views. We're gonna see if what I've learned actually works on the course. Can it actually help my score? Can it actually save me shots? My other lesson you might have seen is I'm hooking the ball. I'm hooking it crazy. So I'm going to show you a little thing I've been working on in the net before we go out. And then I've just had an aim point express lesson, which I'll be honest, blew my mind. It really did. And I've got a lot more videos coming up on that. Right, let's jump in the net, get the GC quad on. I'm going to show you why I've been hooking it. And then without further ado, let's play some golf. I'm just going to show you two things, club path and club face. When you hook it, obviously you're massively in to out and your club face is closed. 5.5 degrees into out, 8.5 closed. 0.4 and 0.8. Just wanted to show you that so that's what I'm going to try and do on the course. So I might get a few that fade off a little bit if I do it too much. Right, first tee, come on. I want to get to the green. I want to do some chipping. I want to do some hip turn. I want to do a bit of everything. It's gone a little bit left, but it wasn't a hook and it was all right. Come on. Nice hip turn. One little easy swing for on the green. If not, we've got Greaves to get us on there. Oh, and that's what I wanted. Look at that straight flight. 5 iron. That could be on the green. That literally could be on the green. 220 yards. 210. Actually, what is it? 208 to the middle. Woohoo! Let's go! Right, so this is a perfect example. I'm actually pleased in the way I've missed the green. Right, so I've got to land it here. I've got to land it here because it's going to the green's fast. It's all downhill. It's going to fly off. I'm going to go with the 60 because I want to get a bit more spin. I think that's right. I don't even think I can stop it with loose. I need to land it soft. And if you need to land it soft and there's a bit to work with, you have to be confident getting that release 2 in. So hopefully I do, yeah. Mr. Greaves proud here. Good base, turn. Soft landing. Go in the hole! Go in the hole! Oh! Yes! That's the difference. That's what I've been practicing. That's why I went for the lesson. I'm out of position. I'm facing a really fast downhill green and I've literally gripped down, played the release 2, landed it soft, and we've now got to tap in for a par save, which could have well easily been a bogey. Well easily have been a bogey. I've bogeyed that. I've been down there many a times. Just concentrate, get this in. And par start. Yes! Hip turn with driver for me feels really weird. So I'll obviously get up to here. Instead of hitting it and my hips being like this, we need to start getting in positions where we're going like this and my hips like here and that. I was doing it last night in the sim and my stomach muscles were actually hurting after like half an hour. So I know I've never known me doing it before. It's faded the minimalist little bit, but it's very neutral. I'm taking that all day. All day, fairways, straight up all flights. I don't care if it fades a little bit, I don't care if it draws a little bit. As long as it's a little bit neutral and it doesn't go on crazy hooks, I'm happy. Right, 86 yards into wind. So again, remember I was doing my ladder drill. It's just that weight has to stay forward. Go on, go on, go on. I think it'll be a smidge long or good, but again, happy with the connection, happy with the shot. Definitely better than thinning it or fattening it. Honestly, chipping anywhere around the green, just try, open your left foot out and just take all the weight off your right foot. Like Chris said, if it works for me, do it. But if I stand normal, I just thin everything. But if I do that, like, I physically can't. It's so good. Oh, pace. Sit, 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 sit. Yes! Cheeky little bit of aim point worked. 2-putt, get in. So that's where that's really going to come in handy for me. Just having the confidence from there to be able to knock them in. It's also something we've got to be working on is course management. This is not a driver. It's downwind and it's only 350 to the front. We can't be nailing putts like that, making pars, and then we'll come here and spray a driver. Hip turn, hip turn, hip turn, more hip turn. I've hooked it. Stay, stay. Oh, it's all right. It's all right, bounce back right. I suppose that's the genius of going drive 9. If that had been driver, I might have been gone. Probably just caught the semi on the left. And it should be just left hand side of the fairway, which would not have happened if I'd gone driver. We've got here, it's downwind, it's 151 at the flag, massive downwind. So I'm actually gonna go wedge, so a 135 shot. So I think the wind's gonna take it again. Let's get a nice hip turn and see if we can get this on the green. Let's see, where's that gone? What is that? Oh! Well, Mr. Greaves, I'm going to need you again because that was horrible. It's the only thing with hip turn with, like, I guess a wedge. I come in like that. So for this, I think you could play a release 2, but the ball's below my feet. Again, I've got to get it in the air. I've got a lot of work with. In fact, you know what? Get out of my comfort zone. Let's go for it. Play release 2. Land it soft, kind of halfway between it, 3/4 way in, let it just trickle up to the hole. A little bit hard. I tell you what, it's landed soft. And for having the balls to try it, do you know what? I'll take that. Because that was quite scary to do from there, but it's definitely the right shot. A little bit less, that would have landed so soft and just be next to the hole. I'm only about 5 foot past, but that would have been class. It is. I'm going to go 1. It's pretty fast. Oh, oh, that was unlucky. Again though, I've missed by, I've got to tap in, and I'm just learning aim point, so that was a very, I might have misjudged it by a centimetre. I might have just aimed a little bit tiny, but that was a good putt. Ah, 1 over. I think it's playing about 170, got 160, 170, got an 8 iron. I don't know if this is in the wind or not. I'd rather be low here anyway than high, but yeah, we've got an 8 iron. That's gone. Well, look! Like, what's that? You want to land it, you do want to land it soft again. And this is what Dan, obviously there's choices, isn't there? It's sitting with it. I could just get it on there and get it rolling. Or would it go more into a ladder drill shot? See, for me that's 30 yards. So I actually know I can get a 60. Do my ladder drill on my right side. And I can just land that. You can also use a bit of aim point here. It's going to be like, let's just roughly say a 4. On a fast green, you could even, we're going to have to aim at the left, up at that left tree. So aim point can help us get a little bit of an aim. Land it soft. Roll up. It's not actually a bad shot. I'll take that. I could have aimed even higher. I actually didn't trust the aim point. I thought I can't aim edge of the green. If I'd aimed edge of the green, that'd be next to the hole. Oh, it's another bogey, but I'm actually happy with the ladder drill chip. And on a different day, they would go in. But I'm liking the process, because like I said, that was still tricky to read, and I've read it and it's just rolled over the hill. Better pace, maybe it was I lined it up a little bit wrong. But I do think aim point is the way forward. Let me know, do you use aim point? Because I think it could be a game changer. So like I said, one thing I want to work on was the hip turn. Driver on the first, the 5 iron in the first green was a lot better. That release 2, just having the balls to play that release 2 in that situation has proved to me that that definitely works. But you have to practice it, and you definitely have to get confident, because you cannot stand over a chip like that and not be confident. So that worked well. We did another release 2 where I would never normally do one. There again, the nice little ladder drill shot where I just lifted my foot off. So like the lesson with Chris and the ladder drill stuff and the short game stuff and the aim point, this is only really my first time doing it all together. So I would love to see in about a few weeks or a month, I think we're going to really see it in my game, all these different parts come in. Short game, irons, putting, driving. It's so important, but I feel like this could be the way to scratch. Right, absolute bomb, straight over here. Again, for me, it feels like I'm swinging about 80%, but I'm not. It's just I'm so used to being a very armsy player. So I'm just gonna try again, nice, smooth swing. Do you know what? It started a little bit left, like faded a little bit. Middle of the fairway, so we can't really complain. It's quite a neutral flight. Well, it's coming out in the middle. It's definitely coming out in the middle. Back of the water's too old. I'm gonna have to hit 5 iron. We're going for it. 5 iron. Oh, we're on, but we are miles from the flag. Good strike, didn't hook, just gradually did it. I think we're literally just on the green, but at the top, I might have to like chip over the pond to get around. 39 yards. So I'm actually gonna play the similar shot as before, where I did like the hip to hip 60. I think, like I said, Dan would Chris would be saying like a ladder drill. So I think, unless you're an insane short, unless Mr. Greaves himself was here and you're gonna flop one up in the sky and land it soft, there's nowhere near that level. So like, I'm gonna go with a ladder drill shot, which I've been doing for ages. Do you know what? From there, over that's where a ladder drill is so important. I didn't even take in consideration the water, where it was going. I knew, as long as I kept that little bit of weight up, kept that little bit of weight up, the connection was good. Right, aim point, let's call one, come on. So I'm gonna go straight at it, and I just think, look, it's a birdie putt, it's a par. Like, if it was a red light, green light, put this, I'll be red lighting it. If I'm gonna race this and end up with down your feet, it's a no. It was straight, I just think, didn't move that, did it? Might have pulled it slightly, but again, good 2-putt. So the good thing is, have we had 3 putts? Or they've just been missed birdie putts and then a put? Look, I 2-putted that, but it was a chip on, and I 2-putted that, which actually I haven't had any 3 putts, but we've had chips and then 2-putted, so technically I lost a shot on the chip, but we didn't get up and down. You know what, it's quite a straight flight. It's just comes out nice, doesn't really do a lot, doesn't really turn a lot, and I can tell the difference just from clearing that left hip and getting in this position, which is the position you see them all on the TV, all the pros you play with. Matty Cash, for example, he's always like bang, like it almost looks uncomfortable, but the difference in the flight, mental. 111 into wind, so I'm actually going to hit a full gap wedge. It'll be good practice as well. Again, drive, by the way, middle of the fairway into wind. It's only gone 220 yards, like, but the main point is we're here. It's a little bit short, be good for a little chip. Again, though, it felt nice. It's the wind got it. Right, so we're going to go that release 2 again. Can't bump and run it. It's not really a flop. A bit like that first hole. Let's try and do it again. So I line up straight, open myself out a little bit, tiny little face open. Tell you what, I haven't hit many greens today. I might have hit like, what, 4? No, I've hit like 1 green on that par 5. This actually shows how important short game is and how important that lesson with Dan was, because I've now got a tap in birdie. I've just par saved from here. We're par saved on the first. We're nearly par saved on the par 3. We're nearly par saved on there. So even though I'm not getting on the greens, I'm still making pars. I'm still knocking off the bogeys and even double bogeys, which is only going to help you score. And this is on a, get my putter out. And this is on a day where technically my irons aren't being the best. So imagine a day where your irons were playing good and you only need this as like an emergency. So a little tricky, right or left there, and it worked. up and down, Mr. Grieves, mixed with a little bit of aim point, mixed with a little bit of crisp with a hip turn off the tee. Right, just in case any little keyboard warriors out there, my ball has changed to a Pro V from the last hole, just in case. I want to try and do aim point without the big line on to see if it's easier or harder. And I've also changed to a Pro V1 AVX. Look, I'll buy in anything. Tell me AVX balls are the best balls under the wind. It's getting very windy, so we've got an AVX out. I think I just faded a little bit naturally there. I don't know if that was a bad shot or just a... Don't go in the bunker. Don't go in the bunker. Yeah. I can't really tell if that was a bad shot or a good shot. Right, we're playing 144. I can't really tell. Again, another aspect of the game, and it wind and all that, and kind of caddy jobs. But that's actually in 2. So I'm going to hit a 9-9. Course management's telling me to go nowhere near the pin. So I'm going to go middle of the green. Now that's going to be a good test. We've missed another green. What a day to be practicing our short game. Right, so again, par 4. Fatted it, no green to work with, so I was going to go, I'll go 56. I'm on an upslope. Try and land it just over. Again, it's kind of a mix between a release 2 and a release 3, but we're going to go for it. Bit hard. Didn't quite catch it. It's come back down the hill. Come on. Come on. Ah. I caught it a little bit heavy. Like, I didn't nip it, and that's because I was going into the hill, into the grass. So it wasn't the worst, but again, a year ago, 5 times out of 10, I'm fatted that in a bunker. Like, if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that shot would have been a nemesis. And it wasn't even like, oh, it might go in the bunker, or I'm going to skin it off the back or thin it, whatever. It was more like, how close am I going to get it? And that's the crazy thing now. I'm actually thinking, how close am I going to get it, rather than what am I not going to do? So the confidence kind of changes. Right, so this is why I want to change ball. So I'm not always going to use them striped balls. So I just want to make sure that I can actually putt with a normal ball without a big orange or red stripe on it. Tell you what though, pace was good, tempo was good. I've missed 1 foot past the hole. Ah, another bogey, man. But as weird as it sounds, even though I missed, it was a much better read. It was much better. I would love the whole one, just to show you, but the read was perfect. Pace, again, something I haven't really worked on yet or putting. I've just done the actual like green reading. But from there, to get that, to even have a look in already, doing aim point hardly any time at all, can definitely see why 80% of pros are now doing aim point, by the way. I've hit the fairway as well. My irons have been shocking. Obviously, I'm working on that new hip turn. It feels a bit weird. But at the same time, on the 8th hole of 9, and we've hit 1 green, right? So I feel like I'm not playing that well, because a short game, and putting, and we've had no 3 putts, and we've got up and down about 3 or 4 times. We're literally 3 over. 3 over through 9. You do that again back 9, it's like a 78. Go on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh! We missed another green. We missed another green. We love missing. That looks so good. I was telling you about a hole-in-one cam in the sky. This is where I think I used to go wrong. I used to use a 56. I used to use a 60 because I think I'm on a bigger hill. But realistically, I'm not using a 56. I'm using a pitching wedge, because the hill makes the pitching wedge turn into like a 50 or something. Oh, Gaz. Oh, Gaz. Stop. 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 Do you know what it is? I'll take that. I literally landed it perfect. It's a good little tip, that, as well. That's what Dan said. If you are chipping on a hill, remember, if it's flat, that's a pitching wedge. By the time you get to that hill, your pitching wedge is turned into like a 56. Yes! Yes, we've got one. A really hard read. These are the ones that I would normally miss. Like, I had to really trust it there. 9th hole, tricky hole again. to try and hit a green. It'll be a good little test for kind of the green. If not, it'll be definitely a test for aim point. But another up and down. So the wind's off the right, balls below your feet. How far left? This is something that you don't even think about. How far left do I need to aim here? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, be the club. Short. And we've missed another green. But strike-wise, hip turn-wise, it went bullet straight. So that was a 3-club wind. That wasn't I went from an 8-iron to a 6-iron. It was actually a 5-iron, which is mental. But again, so even if you hit it well, even if you do everything you want to do in your lesson well, even if you get on the course and you execute it well, the wind and Mother Nature can still screw you over. When it's windy, golf becomes a whole new game. Right, I'm going to try the one where we'll just turn it in a little bit. So I want it to like land, then roll out. So land halfway and then just roll out a little bit. Land, roll out. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Thank you. I don't want to shout because I'm right in front of the clubhouse. Getting! Is that birdie? Oh my God. We've missed the green and I even called it. I said I'm going to hit it with a 50. It's going to go bounce, bounce, release and just roll up to the hole. Come on! What a way to end the video. It just shows I can't believe I just chipped that in. I never even use a 50 for chipping. It was only because he said longer chips, get a 50 out, and if it's uphill, turn it in so it does that little release. And it worked perfectly. Birdie. We are 2 over and we've hit 1 green. We actually hit 1 green. I'm 2 apart. I've played crap. I hit driver well. I hit irons. Obviously I was working on something new with that hip turn, which I kind of just figured out at the end. The last iron shot was good. I got a bit unlucky with the wind, but it just proves it, man. Shocking 9 holes and I'm 2 over.